So, moving on to I guess semi more meaningful game commentary. Um, is anyone else like I don't want to say sick of, but like is the credulity of games like this that sort of go out of their way to justify not having real people as art assets starting to wear thin?
Yeah. It
I
really
mean, it
is.
wore thin with me in Bioshock 1, so...
Well, I mean specifically this particular the derogatory term I guess would be walking sim, but I freaking hate that phrase.
Yeah.
But like What Remains of Edith Finch, Gone Home, Stanley Parable, Firewatch. There's a lot of games that seem to go
Vanishing of
out of their
Agent
way.
Carter.
Yeah, the one with the religious one with all the people that disappeared, that I can't
I mean,
remember the name of.
Fuck.
it's a valid enough game. I guess I'm just a little bit sick of domestic environments without any actual
Oh, hi,
people
Wolf.
occupying them.
Bye, Wolf.
He shut the door. That was so nice.
Yeah.
For me,
yeah,
it's
I would
always
agree.
the matter of the fact that like it's chalked up to either reading a bunch of letters, which is something I just hate doing if there's a whole bunch of them. Like I get sick of reading notes and letters, especially if they're really long.
Yeah.
And or like voice tapes or voice audio logs and stuff. And that's also like getting old too.
That's a good point. It's not just that there's no people there and it feels vacant. It's kind of the dread of suffering through a lot of like stopping the game to take in new story beats.
Yeah, I like... Sometimes I like it, and I like dig the sort of detail that was put into the houses in this, like, establishing the domestic life for every character.
Oh sure.
But there are times when it just kind of drags on. Like, it's difficult to even like let's play this kind of stuff because there's a bunch of documents that we're not really reading here, and I'm kind of summarizing in basic terms what's going on. But it's definitely not the same experience as playing it yourself. But even then, it can be kind of boring to do that because you have to just check all the damn stuff and read everything, and a lot of it doesn't turn out to be all that important.
I'm curious to see whether Tacoma feels like it sufficiently moves away from this sort of empty loneliness, because it, on the surface, ostensibly is still doing the same thing, but by filling the game space with actual character models that move around, even if they're sort of abstracted, that might help.
Yeah. And I was thinking, like, Prey was a good example of a game that I thought would do this and then didn't, and like actually ended up having people in it.
Alibaba's cave.
That was actually almost a really clever, I don't want to say bait and switch, but you think like you are it, you are the only survivor, and it's not really a spoiler to say because it happens like in the first quarter of the game. There are other humans. I'll leave it at that. I won't say who or why or how you meet them, but other people exist, which was cool.
Okay, am I the only one who's just like, and I grant this makes no sense, but am I the one who's just a little bit miffed that he referred to it as Alibaba's cave? Like, the cave belongs to the 40 Thieves. I mean, then Alibaba gets them all killed, but... So I guess it's his cave after that. I mean, I understand the usage, but it just, for some reason, it gets under my skin a little bit.
I'm going to pretend I knew what that reference was about in the first place.
Have you guys not read 1001 Arabian Nights?
I've not read all of
no.
1001 Tales, but I am aware of the concept, and I'm loosely familiar with the story.
There's not actually 1001 Tales. It's
Well,
it's basically just like it's like Grimm's Fairy Tales, just kind of an anthology of folk tales.
Yeah. Like, it's a work that I'm aware of, but like I've never actually sat down and read myself. And
is it even a formal collection, or is it more of a oral tradition?
So
there
it
was several
was
formal collections. Francis F. Burton they did a big translation, like in the 19th century, where he brought it over to England, along with the Kama Sutra, interestingly enough. And the fun thing about Francis Burton's translation is that it took, since it was so revolutionary, it took a while for people to figure out that he added in a bunch of racism.
And also, like, it wasn't just the old collected stories translated, but he added new ones, like the entire tale of Aladdin, which was just something that was apparently told to him by some villager in, I think, Syria.
Oh man, that dude is owed so many royalties.
Yeah, if you
was
ever
an
want a
oral
good, like, non-fiction Francis Burton work, read the first part of his unfinished one-part magnum opus, The Book of the Sword, where he just,
Why are we back
like,
here?
talks about a bunch of historical weapons
Right, that's
through the
right.
context of, this is the time somebody tried to kill me with it.
So the kid that lived here was playing with his friend and accidentally dropped the key to the shack in the well.
The garden shed? Carl
That
couldn't reach it with
magnet.
his arm alone. But he had more than a few tricks up his sleeve.
Oh, like, oh, we just get another gas can like we'd ever need it.
I think that just might be kind of sloppy design. I mean, can you get up here without the snow speeder?
Technically, yes, but the likelihood of you doing that before finishing it, I mean, I guess it's possible. You only need the snowmobile in the end game stuff. We're kind of coming up to the end of the game, or to the end of the recording session here, and also to the end of the game, as it turned. So let's go ahead and get to
Wait,
the
Wait, did you just say that we're
final
almost
piece
finished
of
with
the
the
puzzle
game?
here. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. So one effect of the quasi-open structure is that there's no visible arc to speak of.
Yeah, so what we've been finding with all the documents is that there's been some weird stuff going on in the village. One thing is that apparently some Cree woman was shot, possibly accidentally, in a hunting accident by Alexander Hamilton, and
Wait,
he
his name is
had-
Alexander Hamilton?
Sunk down just a little while ago.
I think it is.
Where the hell could the passengers possibly have gone?
Man, were they playing Age of Empires?
Oh,
Because
let's
someone
go
took
to-
down a car with a goddamn arrow.
Now, William J. Hamilton. Okay, whatever. We'll just assume that he's Alexander Hamilton for the purpose of, like, time traveling.
Carl was becoming increasingly...
Anyway, he accidentally shot a Cree woman, and she died, and there was an effort to cover it up. That was the mechanic crazy guy. And that was the open grave that we found. And then some weird stuff started happening.
Wait.
So people started getting freaked
Who
out.
was the crazy UFO guy? Was that the guy that tried to do the cover up, or the guy that accidentally shot her?
He was like a, you know, he was an associate of Hamilton, and he tried to he's the one who tried to do the cover up. Hamilton was the one who actually shot the person. And there's been some weird stuff going on around town.
Someone must have dropped this in a hurry. But whoever did was heading
And
into the woods.
the
Carl's
residents
tracking instincts were quickly
got
kicking
progressively
in.
more freaked out, and this is one of the women and children already went up north, and this was the guys trying to go and find. I think they may have been trying to find the doctor actually, and their car got stuck here, and we can't really see it because it's so dark. But this used to be a road. And there was a landslide, and now it's not a road anymore. Or maybe
It's really hard to miss these plot beats.
yeah.
I mean, really easy to
really,
miss.
really
sorry.
difficult. Yeah, I don't know. I guess there's a landslide and stuff all over. Anyway,
And then there's also a magical ice that kills people.
yeah. Now there's a freaking giant ice wall here.
Carl knew why he was suddenly shifting.
Oh, like
He
in
was going back to the realm
Game of
vision.
Thrones.
And this, I guess, is where the
Recognizing
like
his
this ice wall was
identity,
here in the
he
alpha,
couldn't
and you
figure
just
out
could
what
never
they
open
wanted
it.
from him.
Yes.
The Phantom.
That's
freed
correct. On the side of the
reality's
ice wall.
shackles vanished
Is
in
it the
forest.
wildlings?
Earlier, Carl had witnessed the tragedy that befell it. Another phantom disappeared in the wilderness. Carl had seen what happened to it too.
I like how the Phantom
I-
just kind of gives a
Third
wave,
phantom
like,
gently
I,
floated away.
bye.
Carl noticed that as the cursed villagers finally left reality, he could feel a sense of unburdening exuding from them in an almost intimate
So
way.
I guess the idea is that you're like, by learning
The
about these
last
people,
phantom, lost in solitude up until now,
you're
joined the others in the forest's
like
darkness.
helping them move on or something, but it's never really like played up into the themes aside from that this is the way to open this fucking door.
Carl was only beginning to understand the horror.
You know,
of
Josh,
what
I'm
had
not
happened to him.
particularly getting
He
the sense that you
understood
like
that
this
the dead
game.
were piling up and that he couldn't
I
help
I
them.
do kind of like it. It's just some of the story beats are a little
He needed
weird,
to push further
and
north and fast to find help.
I
like
think
it
you
could
like the
have
sum of
probably
its
been put
parts,
together better.
but I think you like the sum of its parts, but I've yet to hear you identify one single element that you like.
Well, I said I like the. I really dig the environmental storytelling in the game as far as the houses go, and like learning about characters through like meticulously picking apart, looking in their literally dirty laundry in cases.
I mean, structurally, it seems like each house is its own little vignette, and I think that works really well.
Yeah.
It's when each house tries to give you a clue to the bigger puzzle that things kind of get iffy.
Another diver.
Yeah,
Because
and,
then you get
and
the-
frankly,
Was trying to communicate with them. Or was it simply the
this
result of
game
happiness?
doesn't end very good.
You know, I actually almost
and
bought this game.
I
and I'm
was much warmer on it before I saw the ending.
I have to say that I didn't realize this until I just looked on Steam, but I almost bought this game during the last round of sales. And if I recall correctly, I didn't buy
Carl
it
wondered
because
how
I was
long he'd
afraid
have
that
to
it would
enjoy
turn
the
out to be
skin staining
basically
cold.
this,
Yeah.
for the record.
So it turns out that the thing that's causing all this, caused the great
man.
big storm, freaked everybody up, is the
That's
Wendigo.
all.
Right
You almost
on
forgot
time,
about me,
You guys
eh?
want to just
Carl had believed that the object of this
I'm the
crime
Wendigo.
had been a ravenous wolf.
Can't
Do
be
you
in
guys
the
just
story
wanna
without a
just-
Wendigo.
yeah, more Wendigos. Gotta have Wendigos. Gotta have that
Concluded
great
that the beast had to have
Native
been
American
as small as a
mysticism. Although, as I
man.
understand it, I think this is probably closer to the actual Wendigo myth than cannibal people in the other thing was.
Carl had
Until
found
Dawn
This
was-
phantom just disappeared. Where did he go? It's not a matter of where did he go.
Anyways, back to that letter that we just read.
Yeah.
Apparently, the Wendigo is tracking, quote, 2 unfortunate white people.
Yeah, those were the guys that were out here.
Carl reckoned that the place
Wait,
was still
did the
inhabited.
fact
From
really
the
need
car.
to specify that
4
they're
hours ago.
white?
His
Well,
detectives
the game's got some
revealing to him
commentary on
the smell of wilderness in the air. That they were
native
both two
Canadians.
Okay.
Pierre the poacher.
But I was thinking that would be a good replacement for Spodcast.
Indeed, Carl learned earlier that the man had reason.
Where the Wendigo just chases all of us? Yeah, that would actually be a pretty good show.
No, I was thinking the name, unfortunate white people. But
Beasts.
where are we going?
Well, we're on the tail of these guys who crashed the car and are now trying to make it on foot to,
So, where was their destination?
they're trying. Okay, so we're down here. Everybody decided to head up north to Manston Nord, where it's safer. And most of their families had already gotten there, and they stayed back here. I don't exactly remember the reason. and they tried to get through, but there was a landslide,
Pain. Carl needed to find
so they had to
more.
divert around here and do it on foot.
Hey, shadows. That's cool.
I think we're just going to finish this in this session because
Yeah, let's do that instead of a
15 minutes to the end of the game.
Car goes vroom. So this is the point where you can't have the car, correct?
Yeah, you can't get through that with the car.
Is it optional? Can you walk all
yeah,
of this?
that's right. I guess you could. Random ice wolves show up.
Just being chased by pieces of Stalin.
Am I being chased by pieces of Stalin? I don't know, maybe.
Stalrim. God, play an expansion pack to a hit early 2000s open world role-playing
Oh,
game,
come on. I can't
Josh.
go over that.
Don't you know how the Russians, like, during this time scattered pieces of Stalin throughout Canada?
Throughout Canada.
Yeah. What?
We died.
Okay, so that's what freezing to death looks like, I guess.
It's more red than I would have anticipated freezing to death looks like.
Looks like Pulp Fiction.
Oh
my God, it does.
Button. Are you kidding me? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh,
Alright,
that's
that was
right.
Kona,
You save in the
guys.
game by doing fires.
Okay, we're done. We're done
Shit.
tonight. That's it.
See, this is going to be split into 4 episodes, so it's going to be like we're going to have an episode next week, and then we're going to have to record one more.
Yeah, I guess we are.
Oh my god, we're back here. Holy shit. Oh
Never
shit, we
wanna
don't even
hear
have the
that.
snowmobile.
You never want to hear that.
Is there no autosave of any kind?
I thought there was, but I forgot that it's like triggered by fucking making campfires.
Just because the game is set in the 1970s doesn't mean we need the fucking autosave mentality of the 1970s.
Oh my god. Wait, it says saving right there. Is it because you're standing next to a fire?
Because I'm near a fire, yeah.
So
But I
it's not
hadn't been
starting a
lighting
fire,
fires.
it's literally just standing next to one.
Oh,
Thank God we didn't lose the
God.
last 15 seconds of aimless non-progress.
Yeah, we just lost the last 30 minutes.
Alright, Josh, we'll have fun catching us back up for that for next week.
Fuck!
Yeah. Oh, he'll save it all. We'll get to watch him. Where are the rest of those chess pieces?
Saving.
Were they eating them?
They're in the
I
box.
guess.
They're the box. Little. Oh, that's a radio.
That's an
I thought that was the
ashtray.
No, I meant the box. I thought the radio was a box for the chess set.
Honestly, if you have a
I am
chess
not a
set you
smart
don't
man.
really like and a fireplace, it's pretty hardcore to just take a piece and throw it in the fireplace. And then somebody gets a pawn to the last line, it's just like,
You know, I don't want to be overly alarmist, but there's an awful lot of embers coming into our room. That seems
Yeah.
really dangerous.
It's fine.
Anyway, I'm gonna stop the recording now. Holy shit.
Yeah. Okay.